Hello, hello. Welcome to training. Welcome to training. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's get some stuff in our brain and let's learn today. We are going to be inputting a listing into the Houston Association of Realtors matrix system, the MLS. Okay, so I'm going to dive right in on this and we're going to input a listing. This listing is a real listing. This is not a just a standard training. This is really what I'm actually inputting. This is a listing that we did a training on a different video for a listing agreement. Well, now that a listing agreement has been signed, the pictures have been done on this listing at this point. The lockbox is on the property at this point. Sign is in the yard at this point. Directional signage is around the property at this point, meaning if you turn onto the main road, I have a sign there that has a for sale sign with an arrow, and it's telling people that are just driving on the streets, oh, maybe if I turn right here, I'll see this house, and then it'll say turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right, and then boom, there's the house. So however many directionals you need to get from that main road, I typically don't put out more than three because you don't want to put too many out and you'll lose those. So, without further ado, now that we're all the way through that process, now we can actually input the listing. Okay. So, what you're going to do first is you're going to go to your Houston Association of Realtors member portal. Right here in pink, it says Access the Matrix MLS, which is what this is here. And you're going to do a couple of things first. You should have your residential listing agreement up so that you can see that see the information that we need from here and see obviously they're the signatures, so we are signed on this. And you're also going to need the tax, and you're going to search here from the realist tax, apologies there, and you're going to go ahead and type this information in the address so that you have everything that you need up so that we can breeze right through this input system. Okay, so we have our tax up already, and now what we need is to input. So right here where it says add or edit, at the top of your toolbar here, you're going to put matrix add. So we're going to add here. And then right here where it says add new, you're going to click that. And we are adding a single family home. So we're going to add single family. And then it also has some options here. We're going to start with a blank listing. Although you can start and you can load everything from the tax, meaning the legal description, lot and blocks. You can do that. I like to start again with blank listings because I just want to make sure that everything gets done correctly in the way that I would want it. So the very first thing that you see here is just an info sheet with active and coming soon, how to save and things like that. That's here. But we are going to go straight to the listing information. Okay. So what we're doing is we have the exclusive right to sell. And you see, they give you some information here with some different drop downs. We are doing the exclusive right to sell on this house. The housing price is going to be $214,999. And on another video, we talked about this. When you do $214,999, you're going to attract all the buyers that want to be between $0 and $215. So when you do, I'm sorry, and less than $215, it's not equal to or less than 215,000. It's only less than 215,000. So I put the 214,999 because that $1 it keeps me with the right market group that I am targeting. Because there's a different type of buyer that wants something from 215 to 250, right? That typical person ends up buying something in the 230s, and that 215 is at the bottom of the totem pole. So I'm trying to get the people who want something from 0 to 215 because the MLS automatically does less than, not equal to and less than. So I did 214,999 to do that. The listing date is going to be today. You hit OK. The expiration date matches your listing agreement, and that's going to be March 31st of 2025. Is this also for lease? No. Priced at lot value only? No. Okay. And then now we're adding the address. It's 1825. They want the street number only. You're just filling in the information. This is going to be DD Street. Notice how everything is separated. The street type, the street name, the street number. Okay, so it's not something that you can just type in all together. Make sure you're paying attention to the values and what they want in each of these boxes. Okay, so this is Longview. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, Longview is not in Houston. Why are you putting this in the MLS? Because I have access to 3 different MLS boards, there's always a chance that there's one person who says to themselves, you know what? I want I want to move to the country. Well, if they decide to do that, they would have to go find an agent or get on realtor.com or Zillow to find this house versus a Houston agent will now be able to tell their Houston client, their current Houston client, hey, I know you said you were interested in living in Longview. I found a house. It just gives my listing more publicity because there's multiple boards, multiple sets of realtors in each different board that's now getting to see this. So anytime they send out a listing to any of their Houston buyers for anything between 0 to 15, mine will be included. Even if they don't want to live in Longview, mine's going to be included because it's in the right price range. So it just gives me more publicity, more publicity, more publicity. And that's what I want. This is not in a master plan community. And now what they want is the subdivision name, legal description, and the tax ID. So remember, we go back to our tax. And if you look here under tax information, here's the parcel ID. And then they want the legal description. And then that is it. So what you do from here is I always validate each page because it's going to tell me if something doesn't look right. Okay, so this is supposed to say Longview. So I'm going to click Longview here and see if that makes that better instead of just typing that in. Yes, it did. Okay, so the subdivision, there is none. So let's see if they'll accept that. Yep. Section, you can put 0 here because there is no section. Okay, so we're good to go. Now, if you notice right here, there's no red dot, whereas there's a red dot in all these other spots here. The red dot is because this is stuff that's not filled in correctly, and I cannot submit my listing as long as there's a red dot at the top. But the listing information, this first page is clear and it's ready to go. So now I can move on to the map information. Okay. So what this section is talking about, they want to know what school district, is there a PID, what are the schools, all that good stuff. Okay, so the school district, I mean the latitude and longitude, you do have to inform this, but you can use, it says get lat and longitude from the address and see it automatically inputs that there. Okay, and then for your city, oops. They want to know the school district here, and that's going to be Harrison Schools. Okay. All right. So because this is not going to be, this is not in an actual Houston area, I leave this blank. This is not required. Okay. But the latitude and longitude is because we need to see where it is on a map. So that is required. So our listing information is good. And now the map information is good. Now I can go to the property information. Okay. So the building square footage, how many stories, new construction or not, year built, year source, all of this stuff, you get this information from the tax. So let's go back and look at that. So at the top here, it tells me that my square footage for the building is 1728. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to put 1728. My square foot source is from the appraisal district. The tax says that the house was built in 1966. That would mean that our buyer would need the lead-based paint signed at some point as well. This is not a new construction home. This is a one-story. We don't need any of this. Utility district, guest house. We don't have any guest house. Lot size. We can help out with the lot size because that's right here. 17,424 is our lot size. And that's going to be the appraisal district. Two spaces on the garage. Actually, I apologize. It's a one-car garage on this house. This is a freestanding house. And then you're putting what type of home here? It's a traditional home, nothing crazy. The lot description, it's actually got a lot going on here. So it's going to be wooded, is what I'm going to name this one here. And then it asks all these other questions down here at the bottom. Construction materials, you put as much as you know. So we know that I can tell you that it's a brick home. The flooring, all this other stuff, if you can, put that information there. So is there a microwave? Yes. Is there a dishwasher? Yes. Is there a disposal? Yes. Subdivision lake access? No. Fireplace? 0. Separate ice maker? No. No on the compactor. It's in a, no, it's not. It's a gas oven. And it's a gas range. Washer connection. Dryer connection. Slab on the foundation. The roof is composition. Our heat source is electric. Electric on the air, the AC. And this house is on a septic tank, and then I think that's all of it. If I miss anything, it's going to come up when I hit the validation here. Okay, so the garage, it is attached. See, I missed some of this stuff. There are no deed restrictions. There are none at all. No restrictions. Let's see if I'm good now. Oh, the acreage. Okay, so our acreage is half up to an acre. Awesome. Okay, so we're good there. So now we could do our rooms. So there are 3 bedrooms. Now, HAR requires you to put measurements for this stuff, okay? So down here, when I put primary bedroom, I have to put the dimensions here, okay? So it's on the first floor. I have a second bedroom that's also on the first floor. And then I have a third bedroom. Uh-oh. That's also on the first floor because it's only one floor at all, completely. So the primary bedroom is actually pretty big. It's like 15 by 18. And then the bedrooms are like 12 by 14 and then 12 by 14. And you would just take your measuring tape with you to figure this part out. But as long as you can get as close as you can to it, that would be great. This house has no mandatory HOA, so that takes care of that. It's not in a 55 and older maintenance or anything like that. Let's validate and see if any of these reds go away. Okay, so the maintenance fee, there's none. Any other fees? No. And the disclosures, There are no disclosures. And when it's asking for disclosures here, what we're talking about is it a pre-foreclosure that we need to know about? Is there a probate situation we need to know about? Is it bank owned? What's going on here? But there's nothing for us to disclose. This is a standard resale. And you see all that information goes away. And then now we're doing our showing information. So I'm the listing agent. And it has licensed supervisor. So you're going to put in my information here. And then we need to figure out the directions and the phone numbers for the showing appointments. So we're going to use showing time, which is this number here, and showing instructions. There's a lockbox on the front. Appointment is required. Request online appointment because we want them to use showing time. And that's it for that. And then now we need to do the instructions. What do they not like about this phone number? Okay, so their format. So they want us to put all the dashes. That's why they kick the phone number back here. Oh. Okay. Let's see if that fixes it. So Houston doesn't use CSS. So we would just put other here and put the CSS phone number here, and then that'll take care of that. Okay, so now we need the address. So with the address, typically what I do is I just put in the address on my phone from wherever I'm at currently. And when I start the GPS, you can pull down your instructions coming down from you can pull down the instructions and start where it gets to the closest part of the home. So you're going to start with, so for this one, we're going to take Highway 20 going east. And then we're going to do our first exit 259. Oh, exit 596. And then we're going to take a left on South Eastman Road. And again, I just follow this right on down. Now, you could do what a lot of agents do, and they say they'll put use GPS in this spot right here. I do not like that. I do not like that. I want you to be more specific. The more information you can put on your listings, the more convenient you are being for that buyer agent, and you having convenience for that buyer agent is the ultimate thing, right? Because if you're going the extra mile for the buyers and the buyer's agent, you are being a good listing agent. Okay, I know that seems contrary because there we go. Sorry, I needed to finish this. Okay, so I know that seems contrary to what everybody believes. Like, you're supposed to represent the seller. You need to do everything for the seller, for the seller, for the seller, for the seller. But you know what? Your job as a listing agent is to help bring in a buyer. And you can help bring in a buyer by putting as much information that you can provide on these listings. So sometimes what that looks like is you actually spelling out the instructions instead of telling somebody, use the GPS. And it's just like, okay, well, that is unnecessary. Why do I have to use a GPS? What if I don't have access to a GPS? All the different things, right? So you want to be careful with that, and you want to be mindful, okay? Because sometimes people are looking at this information that you're putting on this listing. This shows up on Zillow.com. So if you use GPS, so now you got buyers that are looking at this on Zillow, and they're saying to themselves, well, wow, this agent didn't really give a lot of information here. That was kind of rude, or however you type it up. So you just want to be careful here. The agent remarks Here, what we're talking about is the personal property. The personal property can be negotiable. And this is tenant occupied until February 1st, 2025. So you always want to make sure that you're doing that, that you put that information in there as well. And I wanted to see, I go back to the financials really, really quick. No. Okay. What I was looking for is where you can input the title company, and all that good stuff, but they allow for anyone um, to do that. So you can pick your own title company. So there's no spot for that. Okay, so now my property descriptions, I do not write them on my own. I allow ChatGPT to do it. So I just do this here. I had to log in, sorry. Okay. Okay, so ChatGPT is not being very friendly. Okay, so I'm gonna actually get the property description from Chat on my phone, and I'll email it to myself, and then I can input it from there. So I'm going to voice it so that you can hear what I'm asking, so that when you practice this on your own, you can get it down. Okay. Write me a property description for a 3-bed, 2-bathroom house on 1 acre of land in the country of Longview, Texas, with no restrictions, 1-story house that needs some TLC, or where people can make it their own, bring their own personality into the home and decor. This house is maybe 10 to 15 minutes away from grocery stores and food. Okay, so it's going to write this for me. I'm going to email this to myself. Okay, yeah, that looks good. So I'm going to select. I'm going to email this to me. Awesome. All right, so let's go look at it. We're going to copy that, and we're going to paste that here, and then change the format. We're going to bring these spaces up a little bit. That's all we need to do here. A little too much space. Okay. Escape to the serene countryside, 1 acre. Awesome. Okay. All right. So that'll do that. So I'm going to now submit my listing. And it doesn't like that. Okay. The property description's a little long. Okay. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay. Okay, so escape to the serene countryside, accessibility. This home is full of potential and ready for your personal touch while it needs to, so you provide the perfect canvas. Okay. All I'm doing is trying to get it down to the right size. Okay, so what you're seeing though is at least you can see what I mean. If it's not going to pass through with these red marks, it is not going to let you go through. Um, let's see. Okay, so that's my limit on my space right there. Let's see if I can add this though. Schedule your. So I always end with that. Schedule your appointment today. And then I validate. Let's see. Okay, we're good. Sorry that took so long. Okay, so we're going to submit the listing there. Okay, so now once it's submitted, here's the other piece. It has listing has been successfully added. Here's the MLS number, and now you have all these other options here. Okay, so what we need to do is add. We need to add documents. So right here where it says add, edit, attachments, we need to add some stuff. Okay, so first thing we're going to add is the seller's disclosure notice. Okay. And you're just going to type in what this is, 1825 DD Street, seller's disclosure notice. Upload it. Okay. And we're going to save. And then we got some more to upload. So we got the disclosure. We also have information about on-site sewer. We're going to upload that. And we're going to save. And then we have one more. We need to add the lead-based paint addendum. 1825. Again, you adding this allows lead-based paint. All it does is you are just being more helpful to that buyer and their buyer agent, because what's happening is they're going to have to call or text you and ask you for these three documents when you can just upload them to the MLS and make it easy for them to find everything in one space. So now it's time for the pictures. Okay, so I always start with the exterior pictures first. So I'm going to start here. These are the front. These are the front pictures. We're going to open those. And and it just loads it all up for you so you can see them. Now, in the meantime, while that's loading, I no longer need a couple of these tabs, so I'm just closing them out at the top. Okay, and then there's some more that we need to browse. Now we need the rest of the inside. And then we can go ahead and do the exterior ones at the end, open those. And then there goes all of our photos as well. This house ended up being super, super cute. So I was very excited when I saw it. And like I said, it sends it all over there for you. So everything's clean, all the bathroom pictures, bedroom pictures, living room pictures, the kitchen. Now, if you want things in a different order, then go ahead and do that. Now, for me, I always make the very first set of pictures the living room, kitchen, dining area, and all the bedrooms are last. So once these all load, then you'll see what I mean because I'm going to move these pictures around. And then we'll certify the pictures and save it. And then that's it. The listing is done. Okay. But again, I want you to see how I move these pictures around after they finish loading. Okay. So we should be good. That should be all. Oh, they got to do the ones with the outside. And that's it. Okay. So, like I said, these bedroom photos, I move these to the back. Okay. Same thing with the bathroom photo for these bedrooms. I move all of this to the back. And then this is the primary bedroom. So that goes here. Primary goes here. This is in the hallway going towards there. This is the primary bathroom. And then that's that bathroom. So this should be all kitchen, living room, laundry room. Perfect. Okay, so I certify and save. As soon as it loads, and then we'll be done. We'll be finished with this listing. Now, once this gets done, see, there it goes. Okay. All right, so now we are good. See, it says certify and save is already marked out at the bottom. It is saved. It is finished. Everybody's happy. Everything is good. It's in. So now when you go to your matrix and you want to see your listings, boom, there it goes. This is the one that we just did, 1825 DD Street. It's listed, 0 days on the market, 3-bed, 2-bath. It's got your photos on there. The little paper stacks right here, these are your attachments. Everything is done. Congratulations, good job. And now go practice this on your own. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you have any other questions, you have my contact. Just give me a holler.